Now it's very difficult to see this, but I was noticing in yesterday's episode at the end there, this little piece of the cross bracing right here is kind of bowed. Now I can honestly say that I can hardly see that looking at it back just normally. If you remember from a couple episodes ago, we had measured these and they're just not a whole lot thicker than a human hair. So I'm just going to see if I can't possibly straighten that without breaking the connection, the CA glue connections that we did yesterday. Well, they're more than hard now. So let's just fasten that thing down and see if I just can't very gently pull this one down somehow. Okay, I've got it propped up here on this little wooden block on the rotator, which we are going to use in a few minutes here to check this thing out. And I will put on the macro lens, but yeah, I think I can reach in there and video at the same time. Oh, you know what happened? I think I pulled it out from the bottom of the fuselage. Well, let's continue to straighten it. Maybe I better check. I think I pretty much got it. Okay, I'll have to re-glue it on the bottom of the fuselage now. Okay, I don't want to be wasting a whole big bunch of time here on this gluing these little photo etch pieces on like we did yesterday. I've thickened up my CA glue just a little bit here, and in other words, I added some medium to the thin, so it's just a little bit on the thicker side. I'm trying not to touch places I'm not supposed to as I move in here. Okay, now what you didn't see happen was I accidentally broke one of the connections off one of the floats. Can't remember which one now. I think it's the one to your right. Anyway, we'll let that cure, and then we'll fix the other one, and then we'll put it on the rotator here right way up and turn it around and just sort of see how it looks. Yeah, then I think we'll have to start working on the canopy. Now, we did do a canopy once before. We did a canopy, about 3-4 months ago on the one with the folding wings. But we'll just do another one. Then when it comes to doing the second aircraft, or I guess the third aircraft, because Tony's going to be doing the fourth one, I'm not going to do it on camera. I'm just going to go ahead and do it because it'll be just a duplication of stuff we've already done here. And this is the one we broke off right here. Well, it's just going to have to do. When you get it lined up like this, you can see it's not perfect. But when it's at a bit of an angle, one way or the other, you can't tell. Like I say, it's just going to have to do. Earlier this morning, I'm reading my comments. And I've got this one here. I'm going to try not to be too wordy in this. Anyway, this one right here where the cursor is. And it says, "Hey Ron, let me know what you think about the 2 websites I sent the other day to you and our other friends." Okay, so let's go down to the 2 websites that Jason has sent here. And it's and here we are. Okay, this was a comment in a comment that he made in the day before yesterday's video, and he sent a couple of links here. It says micromart.com tools and modelexpo.com models. Now, when I first read this, I have to be honest, I did not click on them. The reason being is I already knew what Micromart was. I've been on their website a couple of times. They got a lot of neat stuff for somebody like me. Unfortunately, I'm probably not going to use them. Now, as for modelexpo.com, I just thought it was probably another place that, sold models and stuff like that. And if you've watched all of my YouTube videos, you'll know that I like to give local business the business, even if it means it might cost me a little bit more. It's just sort of a thing I've got going. So I thought, I'm probably not going to order from them. So I didn't click on that either. I just made an immediate respond. Thanks, Jason. Thumbs up. Okay, so anyway, now let's click on them. So you, excuse me. So if I click on modelexpo.com, this is what we get. Okay, that looks pretty good. Wooden ship model kits. And yeah, plastic models, and etc., etc., etc. Okay, let's go back. Now we click on Micromart. It's supposed to be, little tools and stuff like that. Oh my goodness. This is not Micromart. I'm not even sure what this is. I have since tried to do a little investigating this into this Open Pro. Who are they? What are they? You know what? I'm not going to say anything. I want to hear, what do the viewers think is going on here? In the comments below, what do you think is happening here? Yeah, somebody who's a lot more internet savvy than I am probably would be able to figure this out. I am a very opinionated person, and I happen to have the bad habit of saying what I think. In other words, quite often my tongue is in drive while my brain is in park. And, if I'm, I talk when I shouldn't. So I'm going to have to be very careful here that I don't say what I'm thinking. I want to hear, what do you think is going on here? So in the comments below, I think that being as that this came up in the comments of the model ship series, well, it's sort of model ship related. So yeah, what do you think's happening? In the comments below, please. Thank you. Now, I am so easily sidetracked. Maybe I inherit that from my dad. It wasn't until after he passed away, and it wasn't until maybe I might say a few years later, that we realized that Dad had ADD, attention deficit disorder. And yeah, so maybe I got a bit of that. And yet on the other hand, I've stuck this model ship thing out pretty good. Yeah, well, there used to be a place here in Winnipeg called Micromart. They sold computers and stuff like that. I remember dealing with them just a little bit way back in the 80s or something like that. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Now, the tool outfit that in question that I was actually thinking about, I believe it was Micromark, M-A-R-K. So, yeah. Anyway, I thought I'd better just throw that in there. I don't want to... Anyway. Let's see what we can do here with this photo etch. Oh, and speaking of photo etch, I got to show you something here. If you remember a couple of episodes ago, I was saying we're all done with our photo etch sheets. And I know you're going to see a piece right here. Well, these are extras. Either it was a case of I missed it, or it was a duplicate. And I was saying we got more pictures for the wall. And one of the viewers reminded me What about the railings? Yeah, there's 4 sheets like this, all railing. So I guess we're not done with all the photo etch. Now I want to make sure I have these the right way up. Okay, this one is for sure, and so is this one. You notice where they're supposed to bend, that there's a bit of an indentation. I think we've been through that before. Okay, that's the correct way. Now, I think I'll just hold this down a little bit and get in here. Maybe the hobby knife might work better. I'll just bend them just a little bit up here. Bend this one a little bit. And we'll turn it. We'll bend this up just a little. A little more. Oop. Don't want to be pressing too hard here and accidentally break something. And I don't want to accidentally cut them off either. Maybe I shouldn't be using my hobby knife. Use something a little bit more blunt, maybe. I'll put the macro lens on for the other one. Okay. Okay, now these two here, just to squeeze it together. That's probably a little bit too much. Probably getting my fingers in your way and you're not seeing nothing. I'll be editing this out and shaking my head. Well, that's pretty close. I'm just going to pick it up in my fingers here, and maybe I can do it just a little bit better if I can get it right up close to my face. Okay, now this joint right here and this joint right here, they appear to be exactly the way I want them. Now when I start manipulating stuff around so that I get the front ones just right, then I get the back ones screwed up. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a little bit of CA, well maybe CA medium, and just fill in this. And I don't think CA thin would work too good. It might be just a little bit too thin. Maybe what I'll do is I'll take a mixture and I'll thicken up some thin. Thinking out loud here again. And then once these joints here are fastened, then I know they're going to stay together when I manipulate the front of the canopy. Like this part right here would be the windscreen, of course, and your little side windows, and that stuff that's called, I think it's called microcrystal clear. I'm still thinking about it. They do sell it at the hobby store here in Winnipeg. Okay, enough talking here. Let's get to gluing. Okay, as you can well imagine, I had to be very careful when I was putting it in that little clip. Okay, we'll do this one first. I just want to let it sort of wick its way down the seam. Now, you can probably see it better than I can, but I think I got it. I'll just let that cure. I don't think I need to worry about these ones coming loose now. I haven't tried them to see how strong they are, because that'd be kind of silly, wouldn't it? And these ones on the front are almost right. But I think this one side panel right here, it could be angled just a little different, and you can see it's not quite right. You'd never notice it unless you looked at it with a magnifying glass. But anyway, I'm going to pick it up and try and get it just right. We have the 4 seams. Got the 2 on the sides. That's the one. There's the other one. Now we got the 2 on the front. All right, once again, I believe we've got it. You know what? Let's put on the super macro and we'll have a real close look at the front there. Maybe the back too. Yeah, it appears that the CA glue has filled the cracks. Let's take a look at the back here. Now, it's really difficult to get all of this in focus at the same time. As I've mentioned before, the depth of field with this super macro is very limited. But I do believe the cracks are sealed. It doesn't have to be built up thick all over, just the crack. And I do believe we got it. Now I'm going to try something a little bit different. I've only got 1 canopy left, so I've only got 1 chance to do what I want to try here. So what I'm doing is this is double-sided tape, by the way. Just going to take that off. Now, this is that frog tape. You know, the tape that's supposed to not leave residue on your part. So I'm going to put it sticky side up on here like this. Okay. That should work. Alright. Now I want to find the dead center. And I think I've got it. Yeah, it looks pretty good. Oh no, it isn't. It's off just a little bit. Notice when I'm turning it, it's moving a little bit. Get a dead center there on the frame. Try it again. Oh, you know what? It's pretty close. I don't think I need to worry about that. Now, let's get the macro lens back on. Okay, offhand, I think I did get that centered. More or less. Within a millimeter, anyway. Alright, now. Okay. Now, the idea is, if I just put this down here, just so at the back of it is adhering. Alright, and you'll notice I've already sort of folded the 7 panels, or is it 6? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 panels. I folded them up a little bit. I don't want to get this stuck down too much. Now my thinking is that what I can do is I can move one up just a little, and it shouldn't peel off. It should just, well, it shouldn't, but it is. Well, maybe this isn't working like I thought. Well, alright, do I have to help it a little bit here? Say, hold it. Move this up just a little bit. I do have that thing the right way up, don't I? For a minute there, I thought maybe I was trying to bend it the wrong way. You'll notice that there are little indentations. Those are the things I was talking about, where I can't work and talk at the same time. Okay, now we'll just rotate it. Okay, get this one in there just a little bit. Okay, now we'll do the back one. Hold it down, lift it up, turn it a little bit. Okay, now the last one. Now, I gotta try and get the front is where it's always the problem. Maybe if I grabbed it with my tweezers and give it just a little twist at the same time here. Now I realize that I'm probably not angling it good for you, but I'm angling it so that I can get a hold of it. Okay, that's not too bad. No, this one here. You see, I'm trying to be mindful of what the camera can see here. Well, not quite right, is it? Not quite right. You know what? I bent the roof part. Maybe this was not a good idea. I have bent the roof. I don't have any extra of these. Can I straighten that now? See, this is supposed to be flat. On the real airplane, it was flat, so it's kind of flat again. Alright, I'm going to have to pick it up and hold it in my fingers. Well, anyway, we tried. It was an idea, but not a real good idea. Okay, I think I've got it about as good as I can get it here again, and I think we're ready to glue the joints. We'll do the port side first. Maybe I better get a little bit more. So I don't want to fill in the windows. Okay, now we'll swing it around and do the starboard side. I'm afraid I accidentally filled in that little window there. Mind you, if I'm going to be using that crystal clear stuff, it won't matter. Alright. Well, here's hoping everything's joined together properly. Now you notice it looks like it's open in the back. Well, that's because on the real aircraft it was open in the back. Apparently there was, I believe, a machine gun sticking out of there, and the pilot would be in the front, and then somebody be in the back here, the observer or whatever, and he could also swing around. And there was best I remember, there was pictures I've seen. Maybe we'll check Stefan's book. There was a machine gun sticking out of the back, but. Yeah, let's check Stefan's book, and then we're probably going to have to call it a day here. We'll glue these on tomorrow. Okay, I know it's near the back. Maybe not that far back. Here we go. First time I read that, I thought it said haircraft, but it's actually H, section H. Haircraft. All right. All right, what do we got here? I don't see it. Oh yeah, I think that's a machine gun. Yeah, okay, if you look at this drawing here, you know what, I'm going to hang the camera up from overhead so that we can see it a lot clearer. Yeah, that's definitely a drawing of a machine gun. Anyway, just let me hang the camera up. Here's that drawing we were looking at. And if you're looking straight down on this part right here, to me that's definitely a machine gun. This looks like probably a couple of extra magazines for it. I'm just guessing, but that's what it looks like because it's the same as this. Anyway, if we flip the page, we actually get another picture. Okay, once again, I've slightly overexposed in order to bring out the dark detail. It's actually quite dark, but there's our machine gun. Here it is again. And here it is again. A lot of time has passed since I was reading my emails this morning, and this has been sort of a crazy episode. I've been wondering, like, what on earth's the matter with me today? I've been kind of feeling kind of funny, and I thought I've been thinking crazy, and I was thinking, did I have a stroke or something last night? But no, at least I don't think I did. Anyway, I'm going to cut this very long video off here. Thanks for watching, and all being well, we'll see you tomorrow. I hope I'll see you tomorrow.